Hey guys, Gaston with Rough Country. Today we're going to be installing this low-profile hard tri-fold bed cover on our 2021 Toyota Tundra. Let's take a look at what's included. First up, we've got our bracketry and hardware to install our cover side rails onto the bed sides. These particular ones are for the trucks that have the cargo management rails, which ours does. If it didn't, we would use the standard that simply clamp the rails to the bedside. Next, we've got the carriage bolts and hardware that are going to fasten our first panel onto our panel support brackets, which are here. These slide onto the rail. I'll show you that in a minute. Next, we've got our side rail sliding latches. We've got our drain tubes, those attached to our side rails to make sure any water that makes it to the rail gets channeled outside of the bed. We've got our bulkhead sealed. We've got our cover side rails and, of course, the cover itself. Our first step is going to be to install our front panel support bracket. So our bracket's going to slide onto our rail, and if you'll notice, the side that goes toward the tailgate is already capped off. The side that goes toward the cab is still open. We're going to slide the bracket on from the side that goes toward the cab. It's slotted, so it will go right on and slide in. We're going to move it down the rail, but we're not going to tighten it up yet. While we're down here, we'll go ahead and install our drain tube. It simply just presses into the end, just like that. Next, we'll install our sliding rail latch. It's going to slide onto the opposite end, and it goes on the same way. We'll just slide it in, and again, we're not going to tighten it down yet. Now we'll repeat that process on both rails, then we'll install our bulkhead seal. So we're going to peel the backing off the bulkhead seal and attach it. And we give you more than you need, so just bring it all the way down, and we'll cut that excess off. All right, now let's get those rails. We'll place these with the drain tubes toward the cab. All right, first step is going to be to remove our plastic end cap. Simply press in and push out. Next, we're going to remove our slug from our bracketry, 2 brackets per side, and we also have an eyelet that our safety strap is going to attach to. So we're going to take 3 slugs, insert them in the rail, and slide them down. Slide it all the way down to the other end here. 2. Stop it just for our front panel support bracket. And 3 is going to actually hang out closer to this end, probably about right there. And now I'll go ahead and reinstall our end cap. Now our mounting brackets have a protrusion at the top that fits right into a channel on the rail. And we will line it up with the notch, get it installed there, and start our bolt. We'll take our safety strap eyelet and attach it to its slug. I'm going to leave it loose so I can move it to an exact position once we install the cover. And finally, our rear bracket that mounts our rail to the bedside. And you want to leave all of this loose. Once we set the cover on, we're going to have to move this support panel, get it in place. The last thing you want is to have your brackets tightened down, go to move your support panel, hit that, have to undo everything. So everything is still just hand tight right now. I'm going to repeat that process on the passenger side, and we'll be ready to drop the cover on. All right, I've taken some measurements from the back of the cab and got our front panel support brackets about where they need to be. I'm going to go ahead and tighten them down for now, and then I will go ahead and tighten down our mounting brackets for our rails. All right, now let's route our drain tubes through this hole that's already here in the bed. Now we're ready to drop the cover on. All right, now we'll drop our carriage bolts in from the top. Get up under here and install our lock washer, flat washer, knob, and finally the pin. All right, now we'll slide the eyelets in place and connect the safety latches. All right, let's fold the cover out. Make sure that our latches line up with our strikers. We get a good click, and we need to adjust these back ones. And that's all it takes to install this cover. It's very simple. I know you guys can do it. Head on over to roughcountry.com and pick up yours today.